Gossamer, Sharky, Mad Max, hello. Happy Wednesday. I'm gonna do my usual, you early birds get to hear me make my Instagram announcement. I am announcing it to the world. Here we go, babies. Hope you're all having a lovely Wednesday. There we go. All right. The long Furby is so cursed, thank you. All right, here we go. Instagram. Hello, Instagram. It is I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And that's my boyfriend's head. I mean, we're just friends. We're just friends. There it is. She's 10, and that's Sherlock Holmes. And he has a gun. That was the weirdest one yet. Hello, it is me. I am back. Woo! I'm alive, baby. Now I make a stimker. And we go twitch.tv/Comfy Catboy. Woo! She's 10. I mean, she's 10, you know what I mean? Hufflepuff, hello. Welcome. She's 10, and she has the brain of maybe like a... I don't know, because she's a scientist. She's got a science brain, but she's still like a child, you know what I mean? She's a little smarter than your average 10-year-old. All right, now I put my telephone away. Away, there you go. I have a mighty. She big brain but short, just like me. Oops. Not time yet. Oh no. Well. I zoomed in out of habit. We'll just hang out here. Because if I go back, the timer... Ow! If I go back, the timer has restarted. So we'll just hang out here. I also realized I didn't reset this. I'm a little sleepy today. I didn't get hardly... I woke up really, really early on Sunday. And I haven't really been able to catch up on sleep. And it is now Wednesday. So I'm still like a sleepy little baby boy, you know? How are all of you? I hope that you all know that I love you. Ha ha ha. It's true, it's true. Oh my goodness. Ow! How dare. Jaden. 10, she got her doctorate. So, she has a doctorate? Does she really? I don't remember that. It's good to see you, Jaden. Hello. I forgot about. I know she writes. She's very intelligent because she's writing books. Ganyu, hello. Welcome back. I started a little early because I accidentally scene switched. And now we're just vibing, baby. The full-on doctor. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. It takes 12 years to get your doctorate, typically. Well, in today's day and age. She hasn't been alive long enough. You watching your TikTok? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Okay. Give me $1. $1. $1 American dollar. Jay, no. Jay, no. It's about the time we'd start. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I am. We're gonna have a good old time. Never trust stairs because they're always up to something. Crimson! Hello! Sped through that doctorate like Ryu spread through his life. Yeah. She was like, this is mine now. And they were like, okay, who am I to argue with a 10-year-old? what do you want from me? Lila, hello. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna load this bad boy up. We got a lot. Actually, let me before that. Did I not hit the send button on my tweet? Did I not do that? I didn't. Oh heck. I put the post here and then I got distracted. All right, I've alerted Twitter. $1, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna load this dang game up. $1 American. That's better than a Canadian dollar. It's worth more money. The money in Canada is spread a little more thin, or I don't really understand why it's not worth as much. Alright, which case is this? Okay, we've already done this one. Right? No, that's E. Okay, wait, no, this is too far. I have my spoiler-free walkthrough pulled up in case I need it. But this is, we're going to the trial part 3. Okay, and now we have a robot man to talk to. $1 Canadian there, blue, you see. I hate making a post and then realizing I didn't post it. It's so awful. Okay, here we are, baby. So let me turn this off. Yes. Hit the OK button. Whoa! Alright, babies. Let's continue with the trial. Woo! Driver time! Boo, 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 boo. We get to hang out with a robot man or like whatever's going on with him. Alright. 9/11. Good morning to you, Mr. Naruhodo. Right in the to this guy's voice. Good morning, Professor. Ready for today's proceedings? I hope so. I should be. Even I, with nothing. Good morning, my dear fellows. We're doing a lot right away. My voice hasn't acclimated to all these crazy hold on. Let me chug a lug. Look at him. What is he doing? A cyborg. Woo! Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you're here. Why, naturally, a true gentleman stands shoulder to shoulder with his friends in battle at all times. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll see you later, then. Now, Professor, we really need you to remain calm in the courtroom today. What is he doing? His best. Whoa. A very big truck just went down the road, and I felt my bones rattling. Yes, do try your hardest not to enter the witness stand uninvited again. Yes, I will. I realized it was a mistake, but my dear fellows, I must object. Interject. Oh, you're still here, Mr. Sholmes. What's the matter? Ruby, hello, welcome. Surely you've overlooked some praise, have you not, to be cast in my direction? Does Mr. Herlock Sholmes like a little praise? Aw, that's a good Herlock Sholmes. Sorry, I don't follow. Must I spell it out? I, the great Herlock Sholmes, the greatest detective of worldwide acclamation, arose at some ungodly hour to be here now, first thing in the morning. A miracle, you must agree. Chord blops. Chord blops? You gotta blop them chords. Well, if I must agree, then... As you know, my sleep is quite impregnable. Iris had to employ her full gamut of tactics. She pulled the covers off, shook me, poked both cheeks, punched me, and kicked me from the bed. Then she poured a boiling cup of her latest experimental blend on my face, and at last I was bestirred. God blobs. TikTok, I don't know if I have that, but there it is. Oh, shoot. And this is my card. For all the places I live online. Get back! Oh my! Iris has been busy. Iris doesn't have an inner to go that far. She's too nice. I sense a spirit of fellow scientists, one who relishes the infinite possibilities of blending tea. Seems like a puppy. Pay attention to me. Look at me, aren't I a good boy? Holmes, you're a grown man. He's got pride, but he wants you to acknowledge it. I'm the one worthy of praise here, not Iris. This is my victory. Sorry to cut in. Oh, it's him. Oh, Inspector Gregson. Good morning. It's the whole gang's here. Gregson, my dear fellow, why the grim expression at this delightfully early hour? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I've been confronted with a grimmer expression, eh? Dear me, are you going to take that insult lying down, Professor? What? I don't know! Poor Professor. Anyway, here's the paperwork you asked for. What paperwork? I took the liberty of requesting it yesterday. I have a feeling it may prove useful. You wouldn't believe the hoops I had to jump through to get this brought out from the archives. It's the professor's autopsy report.
That mass murderers!
Who killed 5 members of the aristocracy. The professor. He was found guilty in a closed trial 10 years ago now. It was all done under wraps. And he was quickly executed soon after the trial. It's all in here. I wonder if if this guy's the professor. That would be cool way to twist. I want to look at it immediately. It's been a week. I don't remember all the clues I have. This is like locked, I guess. Who has the key? This lock does look very strong, doesn't it? There's definitely no way you could remove the mask yourself if it was put on you.
What a terrible way to treat someone, even a convicted criminal.
I know, it's starting to make me livid, actually.
Mr. Naruhodo, please!
I mean, just think about it. Imagine if you had an itch on your cheek all of a sudden. You'd be utterly helpless.
Well, yes, that's true. But I'm not sure that warrants quite so much anger.
Oh, right. Sorry. I don't know. I'd be upset. You never get to scratch your face. Like, how do you eat? You can't really fit a lot. You could fit, like, some Pocky in there. You can't fit, like, a sandwich. You know? What about when your hair gets all long? What do you do then? Was there a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, The Man in the Iron Mask? But, like, what did they do? Condemned prisoner, name, redacted for confidentiality. Pseudonym, the professor. Death by hanging, confirmed at midnight, 17th June. Courtney Stevens. Okay. That wasn't very much information. Courtney Stevens, huh? Float, hello, you're here at the beginning. Do you... Oh, Crimson. I don't know the end of this joke, but I don't sell cookbooks. Oops. Hard is right. Unscratchable itch is torturous. Hello, Flute. I hope you're well. And then we have... I haven't gotten to look at, like, any of this stuff. There's a little metal plaque here. Look. Fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery.
Seems rather ironic, doesn't it?
But clearly, Mr. Drebber was really a talented SOB. I very much am. Hell yeah! I haven't looked at this glass either. Can't find... Oh. This piece of glass is almost as thick as it is wide. Hope you're well, too. I'm great. I'm just kind of tired. I lost sleep. I lost a lot of sleep on Sunday, and I never caught up, so I'm kind of just like... Bleh. It's not a setup. My dad wanted to know because he recognized you. Are there Catboys selling cookbooks out there? That's pretty impressive. If you were to compare it to a human, only Mr. Sholmes has such thick skin.
There's really no need for such a comparison, Mr. Naruhodo, as you well know.
Anyway, it can only be from the Crystal Tower, surely.
Yes, I think so too. It was probably made especially to meet the demands of the great structure.
There's nothing else. It looks like a piece of ice in Mario 3. I've already looked at this camera, I think. This is all old stuff. This is the whole cage? We just have this in our inventory, huh? Oh, hello there. Ah, look here, Mrs. Sato.
Oh yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose it's because it fell from such a height.
Yes, because the weight at which the balloon was flying, from the height at which the balloon was flying down into the Crystal Tower below. A fall from about 30 feet or 9 meters.
Leaving the man inside tragically dead.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Thought it was the #1 Sholmes offender. She loves him. I sure. I missed that part. Is that all? Is that all? Crystal Tower, is this Final Fantasy 14? Man, I played FF14 for like a month. Cozy and I were playing it together, but like, dang, it's hard. I don't know. We're too busy to play MMOs. So we like, you gotta pay for that one. So we were just like, let's not pay for this. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Inspector. Yes, much obliged, Gregson. Us lowly Lord Theata just doing what we can in the shadow of the great Detective Sholmes, of course. Really? Wow. What do you mean? That was insincere. You sound familiar to my dad. It has the same voice as the guy who sells the cookbooks. Oh, no, I don't sell I'm just an okay in the kitchen, you know. I've been getting better. I've gone my whole life without really cooking a lot of eggs, and suddenly I find myself in a position where I'm having an egg for breakfast every day. And I'm getting a little bit better at cooking them, but I still break the yolk, like, all the time when I'm trying not to. Well then, Professor Hairbrain, this is it. Today we're gonna lay all this to rest at last.
I wish you the best of luck, Professor.
I suppose he'll be in there today, will he? Drebber.
Yes, we expect the prosecution to summon him as a witness.
I'm still amazed that you managed to find him in just one day. I really owe you both so much. Also, oh my god. The music's getting so intense. This is it then. The final chapter. Funny, my heart's racing a little. I've not felt this before, actually. This strange foreboding. As if something's gonna happen at this trial that I'm not ready for. But I can't let that distract me from being the only thing that really matters. Finding the truth! I love the truth! I'm so excitable. I'm a truth stan. Look at that magician.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the public hearing of Albert Hairbrain, here present, who stands accused of murder. Are the counsels for the prosecution and defense ready to proceed?
Whoa! Oh yeah, so here, also, if you missed it, we are now all of the mindset that this is Kazuma, and he's not really dead, and that he has amnesia, and that he's working as an understudy to him. We all learned that very quickly. So, but we don't know for sure. It could be him, it could not be him. The prosecution is ready, my lord. The defense is ready, my lord. Breathe it out, baby. As promised, Lord Van Zieks has his apprentice with him. His apprentice, memory loss. Hold on one sec. Okay. Sato says nothing.
If I may, Lord Van Zieks.
Yes, my lord.
There appears to be someone standing at your side.
Ah, yes. My apprentice and assistant. The prosecution believes today's proceedings will see the complexity of this case rise considerably. What? Ah! Ah! You have to stop! Come on! I love this game so much. I therefore instructed my assistant to attend to ensure the smooth running of this trial. And the smooth running of liquid refreshments by the look of it.
The way he holds himself, the way he moves. It couldn't be anyone else.
But he's still suffering from amnesia, so there's really nothing we can do at the moment.
I know, but oh, this is so very hard.
But he's alive, so I mean...
It would appear the prosecution has done a fine job in responding to the demands of the court made yesterday. I understand you have successfully secured the engineer who disappeared from the scene in the day in question.
Yes, my lord. I intend to call him as a witness shortly.
Very good, very good. Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, who have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this courtroom today, are you ready and willing to proceed? Of course, my lord. I'm sure we all understand the importance of doing our civic duty.
I do so despise deception and deceit. I find it so very weary. So excited for Not Edgeworth to accidentally throw his wine into that intended. Yeah. Cozy! Hello. Hello, Z.
To take a man's life with a conjuring trick, it is against the magician's code, not to mention the law. Any fake scientist should feel the wrath of God, if you ask me.
We have to listen to what's said on both sides of the fence. And settle on one, that's it, huh? I love corn. Love corn so much.
Wasn't like this in my day. Wasn't like this at all. If all parties are ready to proceed, you may begin, Lord Van Zieks. Before I do, my lord, there is a report I must read to the court. Yesterday at the Great Exhibition Grounds, the evidence of primary importance in this case, the super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine, which was installed on the experimentation stage, was deliberately destroyed in an explosion affected by an unknown person or persons. It was what? Explosion.
He's got a gun.
This is an outrage. Yes, I heard this grave news yesterday. Scotland Yard submitted a report to my office in the evening. I read that the machine was blasted to smithereens and the wreckage reduced to ashes in the flames.
I feel like I've got sort of a stuffy nose, so I feel like my voices are not, as on. You know what? Here. I'm gonna take a nasal decongestant. I've got them right here. Maybe over the course of the next couple hours. Woo, depending on how long this goes. It'll clear up. But dang, I'm stuffed, and I feel like my voices are taking a hit as a result. Hey, LMAO. Hey, boo, 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 boo.
I have a photographic print of the scene taken in the wake of the explosion. It shows what little remains of the machine. Yes, a terrible business.
He did it to destroy the evidence, did he? That Enoch Drebber.
The court will take this print as evidence, counsel. Yesterday afternoon, the protection afforded to the machine by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act was revoked. However, before a thorough investigation could begin, the invention was obliterated from existence. As such, this will become a very different trial. Ah! As it stands now, with no evidence on which to draw meaningful conclusions, the authenticity of the kinesis machine will remain forever in obscurity. Indeed, a most unfortunate state of affairs.
Special act was revoked and the machine was revoked. Oops!
However, one thing remains clear. The victim's death was the result of the actions of the accused. Of that we can be certain. For it was the accused himself who was operating the machine and who ultimately caused its loss of control.
Objection! As Lord Van Zieks rightly says, this is a very different trial now. The accused accepts responsibility for his part in the events that transpired. He acknowledges that Mr. Asmund died as a result of an accident caused by his machine's malfunction. However, unbeknownst to the professor, he was being deliberately deceived by a pair of very clever fraudsters.
Names, counsel, if you please.
The engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber, and the victim himself, Mr. Odie Asmund. So what exactly were these two men up to behind the defendant's back? The defense intends to expose that information, thus establishing the unequivocal innocence of the defendant.
Bonk. Thank you, counsels. The positions of the prosecution and defense have been clearly stated. Lord Van Zieks, summon your first witness, please. At once, my lord. The prosecution calls the engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebler, to the stand.
It's Enoch time. Oh, he's a mechanical man or something.
I love his, like, that he screws in his little, like, monocle or whatever.
State your name and occupation for the court.
Now, I don't know how I feel about the voice I gave him before. It was a little hard to keep up with. And, God, his fingernails are very long. We're gonna... Oh, he's got, like, pluses and minuses. Oh, that's fun, because he's an electric man. Plus, minus, minus, plus. Oh, the design is immaculate. 3 and then 2. Or I guess it's... Well, I don't know. Anyways. I love Odie Asmund. Odious man. Oh. One of the victims, stinky guy. I thought it was like, oh, die as man. I wasn't sure what the pun was. Sometimes they're a little more thinky than I'm you know.
Name, Enoch Drebler.
I keep adding an L.
Enoch Drebler. Occupation.
Hard to pin down, I would say.
I don't know. Maybe I'll give him something like a deeper, kind of a more serious. Why do I feel as I've been there before?
Oh, you too? Hey. had exactly the same feeling myself.
Ugh.
Maybe like,
Your file indicates that you are currently being investigated in connection with another case. The theft of the waxwork model, is it? The most extraordinary sounding business.
maybe if I gave him like, but that has no bearing on this trial, I assure you. Cleave it from your mind. Maybe that's a little better. You're familiar with the public experiment carried out at the Great Exhibition some days ago. The accused super high voltage instantaneous kinesis demonstration.
Yes, you could say that.
I am aware of it. Maybe the same kind of tone, but like deeper.
There was a terrible accident, wasn't there?
It was you, Mr. Drabler, who constructed the vast machine used in the experiment. Or so our investigations indicate. Can you confirm your involvement?
Yes, I constructed it, in precise accordance with the blueprints. But that's all.
Then the court would be very interested to hear your thoughts about the machine, I'm sure. Woo!
An amazing device, if you ask me. The pinnacle of modern science, making instantaneous kinesis a reality at last.
What?
Good gracious! That the experiment was bona fide, is that your belief, sir? Yes, that is very much my belief.
Such a waste that it blew up.
Objection!
He's so extra, and for what? Excuse me.
We've already established the machine was nothing more than a prop for an elaborate conjuring trick.
Objection!
You have established nothing of the sort. All that was shown during yesterday's proceedings was that the same outcome could have been produced by means of staged trickery. The defense merely proposed a method and demonstrated its feasibility, nothing more.
But...
We procrastinated long enough, I feel. Witness, you will now give your formal testimony about the machine that you constructed for the purpose of the demonstration at the Great Exhibition. Understood.
I met the young professor approximately 1 year ago through Mr. Asmund's introduction. He provided me with the blueprints, and I constructed the machine to his precise specifications. It was no trick.
He's just like, maybe don't give the most evil smile ever in court if you're innocent.
If the whole show is a fraud, it would have been required a body double. Tell me, did the victim have a twin?
Didn't he? I thought he did.
All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads and then crash headfirst into the crystal tower. A terrible accident, I grant you. Perhaps the science on which a machine was built was flawed somehow?
Maybe. A body double?
That goes without saying, surely. To give the impression that something has moved, when in reality it hasn't. It's a basic conjuring principle. The deception cannot be achieved without substituting the original with a fake at some point in the performance. But would I be right in saying you haven't managed to establish anything along those lines? Incidentally, the prosecution has already confirmed that Mr. Asmund had no twin siblings.
It's under my understanding that this witness is well versed in conjuring artfulness. But such talents do not indicate that he was actually able to accomplish what he claims. Namely, the construction of what, by all accounts, must have been an extremely complex scientific machine.
Whatever do you mean?
Yesterday's proceedings brought the true nature of your past exploits to light, Mr. Trevor.
Indeed it did, my lord. As a swindler who preys on innocent scientists to elicit government grant money through conjuring know-how.
Yes, it's true that I possess considerable knowledge of stage magic. But crucially, my scientific knowledge no more than matches that of any academic in the field. Investigation of the witness's workshop attests to that claim, my lord. As evidence, the police found this Royal Society trophy for a young talent in science there.
Yes, that's true. We spotted it there ourselves.
If a hypothesis is sound, it can always be forged into a physical manifestation with significant skill. Though I may have sold the secrets of some deceptive wiles to sniveling, talentless scientists in the past.
Would you therefore assert that the explosion of the machine was
an unfortunate accident? Or, of course,
A deliberate act of murder carried out by misuse of the science. I do love him. Gossamer, you are just correct on all counts.
Counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, my lord. Whatever, I'll do whatever you say, my lord.
All right, let's press him.
I met the young professor approximately 1 year ago to Mr. Asman's introduction. Excuse me. So you're already acquainted with Mr. Asman himself. God, hold on. I'm sorry. My nose is really giving me trouble. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Not really. By chance, I had seen his name mentioned in the papers, that's all. I'm kind of dipping into Van Zeeks. I gotta not do that. But I had no interest in his private affairs. If he was an unscrupulous investor, it was no concern of mine.
In favor for good reason.
As long as people pay their bills, I take up my tools and construct what they ask for. So why did Mr. Asman approach you in particular, then? Who can say? I presume because my name is associated with excellence in engineering. Not to mention excellence in fraud. Hard to gauge. But the point is, all I did was construct the machine according to the blueprints I was given. In other words, the kinesis machine was built on solid scientific principles. Yes, you might say that. Professor Harebrain certainly has a mind like no other. Provided me with the blueprints and I constructed the machine to his precise specifications. It was no trick. It's clear that you have both scientific knowledge and knowledge of conjuring magic, however. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes along. But your implication is that I furnished the machine with some trickery, I think. It's a possibility that we have to explore. Unfortunately, though, the machine has been blown to Kingdom Come. So there's really nothing left to explore, is there? It appears that the kinesis machine was fitted with a timed explosive device of some kind. And there's nothing left of that device either. That's a single shred of evidence remaining, I hear. He must have planned all this from the outset. But in any case, it's abundantly clear from the experiment that the experiment couldn't have been a trick. Why? How dare? If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Tell me, did the victim have a claim? Jerry Sprout, hello! How are you? Very good to see you. How have you been? I've been great. I'm sleepy today, but... and I got a stuffy nose, but other than that, I'm doing very lovely. I think maybe I'm getting sick. I don't know. I got like a stuffo nozo. I love him boasting about how we got rid of the evidence, but he can't prove it! Ah! He's boastful. Of course, that's it. Mr. Asman was a twin.
Objection!
Took a long break from VTubing, and it's been good. I love your new model. Thank you so much. I like it. Look, check it out. I'm gonna be like, oh, thank you for saying so. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh. We're gonna go hood up also, I think. Perhaps my learned friend wasn't listening either. Mr. Asman had no twin siblings. Rainbow eyes. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like expanding my editing like workshop stuff, and that's been fun. The blood. It's like I'm like angry. I'm like, oh, dude, you can't say that about me. No, I heard you before, but the thread of hope hadn't quite left me. That's great. Thank you so much. I'm excited. It's a new world ventures. New world order! The demonstration could have been a trick if there was somebody who looked sufficiently like the victim. Maybe a waxwork model, perhaps. But Dr. Scythe had absolutely ruled out that as a possibility. It is beyond question that the victim himself, Mr. Asman, did move from the stage to the Crystal Tower. The fingerprints found at the scene attest to the fact. So it can't have been orchestrated using someone who looked identical to Mr. Asman then. thinking, Mr. Naruto? Oh, no, nothing. I never think. My brain is empty. Just the idea of someone who looked identical to the victim is playing on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it was the waxwork model, but I don't know how we get there yet.
All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads, and then crash headfirst into the crystal tower.
Crashed head first. Oh, head first.
According to the many witness reports from those there at the time. Yes.
Were you not there at the exhibition grounds on the day?
Unlikely. I rarely leave my workshop.
Yet another of your unique inventions was found at the scene.
Well, it was the unveiling of a machine I'd labored over for many months. I saw it clearly with my own eyes, the birdcage plummeting headfirst. The tower.
What a surprise.
I believe the victim's neck was broken from the headlong fall. Wasn't it?
How would you have come by that information?
Even an infernal recluse like me reads the papers. You know. According to the reports, 2 injuries were apparent on the victim's body.
Crimson, not really. Mycella, hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome. It is I, the boy of Comfy. Woo. Good to see you.
Yes, he'd been stabbed in the chest by a screwdriver believed to belong to the defendant. And he had broken vertebrae. He had broken vertebrae as a result from a fall from a considerable height.
Well, damn it, got him. Bueno, thank you for asking. Hell yeah, that's wonderful.
Correct. My learned friend has been doing his research, it seems.
Do we know which injury was the fatal one?
Sadly not. Forensic science is not yet at the level where such things can be determined.
You like my silly buttons? Thank you.
What we do know is that the victim died having sustained both injuries at some point during the experiment. And since he was found in the birdcage with his neck broken.
Live edit streams are very cool. Boom, boom, boom! I say all the angles. I have 3 angles. That's it. That's all I got.
It's obvious that he fell from a considerable height.
I think I'm gonna, like, nix this sort of, like, little elf thing I was doing. I think it doesn't really work. I'm having a hard time voicing him. I suppose that's hard to try. Ah! How dare.
A terrible accident.
Okay, so it's just that he fell head first. So we're gonna present the birdcage, baby. It crashed down, causing damage to its base.
Objection.
Yeah! Screw you! Wow, rude. We've examined the birdcage that crashed into the crystal tower ourselves. As you can see, the cage, which is a wooden construction, has sustained damage in one particular spot. Want to hear something funny? Yes.
Following the explosion, it fell some 30 feet into the glass of the crystal tower. That level of damage is to be expected, surely.
I agree. The damage itself is entirely understandable. What doesn't make sense is the location of that damage.
Oh.
All the breakages in the wood are at the base of the birdcage, not the top.
What are you saying?
That's the opposite of where they should be. Yes, Judge, thank you.
That's right, my lord. Thank you. Good judge. Very good judge. Yeah, you got it, Judge. You did it. The birdcage was at the scene. The birdcage that was at the scene is damaged at its base. So we have reports of the birdcage falling headlong into the crystal tower, yet the damage is at the bottom. The only way to reconcile these two facts is to accept that there were 2 birdcages in play that day, which were at some point switched. Switched during what wasn't a scientific experiment at all, but an elaborate piece of stage trickery.
Yeah. Part of his exclamation was highlighted.
Good gracious, explain yourself, witness.
Well. If we examine the facts, there's only one logical conclusion we can draw. The damage on the base of the birdcage clearly indicates that it crashed tail first into the tower.
But multiple witnesses reports claim that it fell head first.
The birdcage materialized in the sky next to a balloon flying over the stage, following a spontaneous explosion. At an altitude of some 60 feet above ground level.
Which is approximately 18 meters.
Thank you, Sasato. Thank you, Sasato. Then it proceeded to fall some 30 feet into the crystal tower in the ensuing deflagration. Witness reports amid such chaos are notoriously unreliable. These are JoJo's level poses. It's so man. Ace Attorney games are lawyer JoJo, and I will not be taking questions about this at this time. At least the judge doesn't have to ask, what are you talking about? What is upside down? What does the bottom of the thing mean? What does that mean? Duology loves his JoJo poses. Me and Bellbat were out doing errands. We were driving past all the places I could walk. As soon as we came to the yoga fitness center, I was like, fitness. Did he get mad? Does your dad like jokes like that? But the victim's neck was broken.
Objection!
He plummeted 30 feet inside a heavy wooden cage. However he fell, it would be unsurprising to find 1 or 2 of his vertebrae crushed. Shout out to Eggard Benedict. A riveting scientific analysis of events from the prosecution there. You're new to stream? Hell yeah, that's true. I would love to know a few things about you. I would love to know your favorite food, your favorite cute thing, and your pronouns. And hey, if you or anybody else that's new is like, hey, Comfy Catboy, hey, what are your pronouns? Well, there you go, there you have it. Though to be even more rigorous, you would have to say that there was only 1 vertebra, actually. He wasn't quiet for long.
I find it hard to see what's motivating Lord Van Zieks. The witness is clearly a swindler and one who deceived a personal friend of his.
You're going to establish this deception, do it right.
Sorry?
I feel like that's the undertone here. Ah, yes, and there's one more point. The defense appears to have forgotten. It obviously wasn't a trick, as a certain truth very plainly demonstrates.
What?
It seems to me that the cross-examination had better continue until we resolve this matter.
Ryu knows what's up.
Mr. Trevor, you will amend your testimony with details of the truth.
Oh, we're still in the cross-examination.
Of course, we must treat the matter scientifically, after all.
Ah, I nearly had him there. Whoa! Stop. The kinesis clearly took place because there's nowhere else 30 feet high for the birdcage to have fought with the balloon.
Hold it!
Like the balloon? What do you mean?
Well, before the demonstration began, the victim was alive on the stage, in front of the audience.
Yes, there are lots of witnesses who saw Mr. Asman on the experimentation stage, that's true.
And the victim's neck broke as a result of an impact following a fall. Logically, therefore, the victim must have fallen from somewhere.
I mean, he was annoyed but not pissed off to the point where he beat my ass. I hope he's not doing that at all. That's good. He's put a lot of trust in Ryu here. I've always said, like, I don't think he's a bad dude. Like, Edgeworth, in the first few games, he was, like, being dastardly. But he's never sort of been dastardly. It's all just been rumors, and he's kind of a hard ass, right? Cats are playing Ace Attorney. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. I think cuties have cool frogs in my yard. Pronouns are they, her. But she slays. Hell yeah. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Beautiful.
The balloon that exploded was at an altitude of 60 feet. The point of impact on the tower was 30 feet up. That difference of 30 feet is therefore the total distance the birdcage fell. And there's no other location from which the cage could have fallen. That distance, if it didn't drop out of the sky, it fell out of the balloon. The balloon. The victim itself must have been beamed from the stage into the sky above the crystal tower.
A trenchant scientific... What? Judge, come on.
Dear me, every time I hear it explained, it sounds increasingly plausible.
Antiques is my favorite prosecutor for many reasons. One of which is he's full of BS. Man, it's rough. I really like, Francesca? I forgot.
There is an old Facebook post that I made where I don't know how this happened, but for the original DS, for some reason, somehow, some way, I was like cleaning my room. Maybe it was to move out of where I was living, because I used to live with my grandparents a while back. And I had 2 copies of the 3rd Ace Attorney game. And I was just like, how did this happen? How did I do this? Your day just started. How's it been? It's been pretty good. My roommate has left for he's traveling to South Africa, and so he's gonna be gone for a few weeks. So we have the space station, the whole space station to ourselves, and that's pretty dope. I like that. But I guess he left at like 4 in the morning this morning. Game so nice about it twice. It was very strange because that seems like a major brain fart. I don't know in what universe I could have ever done that. Like I don't know if maybe somebody let me borrow their copy and then I bought it by accident and then I never gave it back. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Oh yes, it's all very well thought out.
Certainly, all the spectators on the day saw it. There's a trap for when they come back. Yeah, a big basket. A big old basket with some cheese inside. Birdcage plummeting 30 feet through the air, I mean. Irritatingly, yes. Okay. There's nowhere, I mean, I'll present the balloon, huh? Yeah, okay, hold on. What? I know the answer, but like... One moment, baby. Okay. So I guess I need to... Hold on to desk. So I guess I need to, show this. Okay.
Objection!
I don't know why that's the answer, but... This is a diagram of the experimentation stage and its surroundings. I just didn't want to get... There's like a lot of things this clue could be. Because we're just trying to talk about the balloon, but like... sometimes Ace Attorney games be wild and... I don't always just go straight there. We know that somehow the birdcage appeared in midair before falling down into the crystal tower. What? A fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters. Box and Stip Trap. You played... Oh. Crimson, you almost got me. My favorite game is Room 39. However, if you examine this diagram carefully, you'll see that there is one other possible location from which the birdcage could have fallen. The same distance of the 30 feet.
No.
What?
Well, it appears the defense has a possible explanation to put forward. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Of course.
You will indicate the place to which you are referring on this same diagram.
Wait.
The alternative location from which the birdcage could have possibly fallen the requisite 30 feet.
Well, I mean, I guess here. Really? This is confusing. This is confusing. Oops. What's happened? Oh, God. I pressed a button that I ought not have pressed. Yeah, because this is 30. So, this is the deal, right? So, like, the birdcage that we found, it's got a hole in here. So, that's what we're trying to do. Okay, okay. So, we gotta, like, present it.
Take that!
Because it fell from here. The place I'm referring to is here.
That's where the birdcage would have been to begin with.
You gotta be on your toes, Crimson. You got when you get me, because you do get me often, and then it's very earned. But you gotta lure me into a false sense of security. Which is exactly the point, my lord. Yes, the birdcage was in the machine on the stage. But what we must also consider is the height of the stage itself.
Go on, counsel.
It turns out that the experimentation stage was built at a considerable height above ground level. Yaochu, hello! Welcome, welcome. If you look at the diagram, in fact, how are you? You'll see that it's about the same height above the ground as the balloon was above the crash site. Whoop. When the experiment got underway, the machine and the birdcage were engulfed in steam. Bong. Nuchu? Okay, okay. I'm doing great. We're gonna solve a mystery. Hell yeah. How are you doing? At that moment, the floor of the stage gave way, and if we assume there to be a void underneath, this birdcage is the one seen by the audience. And this birdcage and the one seen by the audience would have fallen almost exactly the same distance. Yeah, we got this, Travis. Think fast. Ow! I didn't think fast enough. Drinking some tea. I got some tea also. Hell yeah. Once again, my lord, this all points to the fact that there was not one birdcage, but two.
Objection.
My learned friend has no evidence that the stage had such a contrivance in its design. Someone is responsible for the criminal destruction of the kinesis machine itself. It's true. I got iced green tea. Cold brew. I do cold brew tea in a big pitcher every day. And then I drink through it every day. All day. But on stream, I have it for stream. I love it. It's a jasmine green tea. I like, for hot tea, I like Genmai cha, but for cold tea, I like jasmine. Well, all tea, I like green tea the most. However, the stage still stands. Take a moment to look at this photograph. Every time you do, it makes me laugh. Of the scene following yesterday's explosion. Even with individual cups of different blends. Ooh, mixing stuff.
Good lord, the metal grill that formed the floor of the machine is undone!
Yes, most likely blown open by the force of the explosion that destroyed the rest of the machine. Green tea, best tea. I agree, tea. Full of antioxidants. My body is so... There's not a single oxidant in it. My body has no oxidants. There's a... You know? Have y'all seen, Hot Rod? I think it's Hot Rod. With, Andy... What's his... I forget the guy's name. But it also has that other actor who played... Oh, God. It's Oxidantless. What's the name of any of those actors? Hold on. Who's in Hot Rod? Hold on. Now just hold on. Okay. Hot Rod movie. Who is in it? It was Danny McBride. So Andy Samberg. And Yorma, and Bill Hader, and Isla Fisher, and Danny McBride. Danny McBride is so funny to me. And there's a scene where he's like goes to like beat somebody up for a stupid reason. And he's like trying to act tough, and he's like, he's just like, you want to fight me? I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day. And it's so funny to me. Hot Rod is one of my favorite movies, and if you haven't watched it, it's so stupid. I love it very much. It is, I love movies, I love comedy movies that are absurdist, like Wet Hot American Summer also. It's really hard to kind of do them right, but Hot Rod and then Wet Hot American Summer are both really funny. You never heard of Hot Rod? It's a little bit older. I guess it came out. I turned this on, but I didn't like show you anything. But it stars Andy Samberg, and he's like trying to like be like an Evel Knievel kind of a guy, but like he's an idiot. And then he fights his dad a lot, and he has a fake mustache. It's very, very funny. I think it was written by like all the Lonely Island guys. Kira, hello. Don't write my name down. I love that, dude. Try it in lemon or honey. Yo, do it. It'll be a good comedy if he shows up. Yeah, he had his own show that was also very funny. That I forget the name. He played like a retired baseball guy, but he was just like such a dickhead. Like, that was the whole show. Okay. Mr. Drebber. It was you who built the kinesis machine. Yeah, it was called, what was his show? I didn't finish it. What was Danny McBride's show? Oh!
It was called,
Keep up the
Eastbound...
great work as a streamer. You're so funny and great to watch. Hype love one, hype
Ah!
love one.
1,000 biddies! Kira, thank you so much! It was called Eastbound and Down. Kira, that's so sweet. I appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hype.
Yeah, Eastbound and Down. It's an extremely TVMA show. It was like an HBO one, so, you know, watch at your own discretion. I have to imagine it's done by now. Yeah, Eastbound and Down. It's, hold on. Eastbound and Down. It's one of these shows. It came out in 2009. So, like, I'm not, like, 100% sure how well it might hold up this day. But he's, like, he was, like, an the plot of the show is that he was an all-star, like, pitcher, right? And now, but he was just, like, whoa! A gift sub! Kira, thank you. And he's just, like, so entitled and so ridiculous, and he just does all these drugs and all this stuff. And it's just him trying to get back into baseball, but he hasn't, like, fixed himself. And it's not really a heartwarming show. It's just sort of like, it's just like, hey, I'm just, like, bad, and you're gonna laugh at me. Which means it was you who built the 2 bird cages that were used to carry out this deception. Y'all are so sweet in my chat. Oh, my goodness. Whether Professor Hairbrain's hypothesis is sound or not makes no difference, because it's the construction of this machine that matters. A machine designed to take Mr. Asmon's life. I have to have watch this. Hell yeah. I didn't watch past season 2, so, like, I don't know, but the first season was so funny to me. And you lay blame firmly at the professor's door, something that could only have been carried out by you, Mr. Enoch Drebber. Whoa. Grr. Ooh-ah.
Objection.
Man, those old Adam Sandler movies are very good. I love this dynamic. Holy moly. If my learned friend has reached the end of his wild assertions, you put that away. Ah! So wasteful! The prosecution would like to crush the defense's argument slowly. Yeah, thank you for dropping in, Kira. I appreciate the heck out of you. What?
Your argument fails to hold water on 2 counts.
2?
Firstly, before and after the experiment, this witness went nowhere near the kinesis machine. Every relevant member of staff from the exhibition has attested to that. I believe members from Scotland Yard have also been on watch duty at every public experiment.
Kira just swooped in here, showered you with love, and dipped. What a G! What an absolute, unit. Like, in a good way. Forgot how much Van Zeeks likes his puns. He does.
In other words, Mr. Drebber had no opportunity to switch the alleged pair of birds.
Objection!
It was pretty high up there. I don't know about that part. But I've already explained why he wouldn't have needed to.
The nonsense with the crossbow, that doesn't bolster your case at all.
I love unit.
The man who disappeared from the stage and the man who crashed into the tower are one and the same. The forensic investigation team's report is unequivocal on that point.
Ah!
And the second flaw in your assertion is a distinct lack of motive. Why would this man have wanted to take the victim's life? He had no reason to do so.
He did. He wanted money. Blah, 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 blah. A motive? Do I have to think of everything myself?
Here's a scroll. I have here a contract provided by the witness. What contract is this, Lord Van Zeeks? The contract into which Mr. Drebber entered with the victim, Mr. Asmund. It reads, Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all remunerations. Isn't it remunerations? No, that's numbers. Remunerations, I guess, from government grants or other income. 30%, certainly very favorable contractual conditions. But there is one very important provision bolted onto that clause.
What provision? Biblio wiggle emotes. I love it. It's so fun.
Mr. Drebber may only uphold this right on condition that both contracting parties are alive. In other words, if either of us were to die, the contract would become null and void. So you see, I had nothing to gain from Mr. Asmund's death. A diametric opposite, in fact.
That is kind of crazy. Where do they all come from? Star Spice made mine.
I think people just started making them, you know? Need I say more? The witness had neither an opportunity nor a reason to commit the alleged crime. In short, the possibility of Mr. Drebber having done as you suggest is nil. Ah! Ah! Bleh. Look at him dancing.
It seems the defense's assertion is somewhat wide of the mark. Lord Van Zeeks, will you submit your contract as evidence, please?
There's gotta be something wrong with the contract. Let's look at it. The inventor, Mr. Odie Asman, hereby enters into contract with the provider, Mr. Enoch Drebber, to fund labor and materials for the construction of a the machine. Is that the super high voltage? Yeah. Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all remunerations from government grants or other income. Mr. Drebber may only uphold this right on condition that both contracting parties are alive. And there's signature. Is that his? Okay, hold on. E. Drebber? Okay, I have a crazy thought. Because we have his business card. Or we did. Oh, we gave it to Gina. Oh, I can't check it. Oh, man. Oh, man. I wanted to look at the signatures. I wanted to compare them. What about Googling Star Spice? Yeah, so it's Star, it's with 2 R's, but on Twitter, it's with an extra E, for some reason. I think the original Star Spice on Twitter was taken. Okay, well, okay. It's true, Drebber had no opportunity to switch the birdcage under the stage with the one in the Crystal Tower. He couldn't have done it. And in my case, I have no idea what his motive might have been. Star might show up in stream later. They usually do. Once they wake up, but it might not be wake up time. There is one aspect of your argument that still holds true, however. There were 2 bird cages. The prosecution is unable to deny that. You don't want to see what pulls up on Google. Uh-oh. So I'm sure you're on the right line, Mr. Naruhodo. And I've no doubt there are other aspects of your assertion that are undeniable truths, too.
Well, it would seem that the defense has no rejoinder to offer.
Well, I must say I'm a little surprised. I came here to testify about the machine I built, and instead my reputation is defiled. But the prosecution's counter has set the record straight, I think. It's impossible that I am the culprit.
Objection!
No! You literally did it all. I won't be having this. At the beginning of this trial, we believed that there was only 1 birdcage. Yet now we know there must have been 2. In other words, there was more to the demonstration that we realized at first. I think it's abundantly clear that the same applies to the culprit.
Get to the point.
Shut up and keep talking. The stage demonstration was constructed and set up in its entirety by you, Mr. Drebber. Therefore, it's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. He angry, he big mad. So if circumstances mean it's impossible that you could have carried out the crime yourself, it points to the fact that someone else was involved.
Someone else? Counsel, are you suggesting?
Yes, my lord. Mr. Drebber had an accomplice.
Objection!
An accomplice now? Well, then I presume you're prepared for what's to come. Now that you're accusing not only this witness, but someone else of the most serious of crimes. If these accusations turn out to be false, then make no mistake. The prosecution will demand an equally serious punishment for your slander.
Taking notes, hell yeah.
Well, counsel, do you intend to pursue this course?
I mean, yeah, I think it was the dead guy. I'm gonna save, though. Just in case. Okay. Wow. I have to. What do I do here? At the moment, this is little more than a hunch on my part. I don't know if Mr. Drebber had an accomplice, or even if he really is the culprit here. One way or another, though, I have to make my position clear. As a lawyer! Just save, just in case. What's my stance gonna be? Did Drebber have an accomplice? Name the accomplice. The defense is ready to name Mr. Drebber's accomplice. Yeah, it's not very comfy merchy. It's silly. I should really switch this, because I don't... You can take a look, but it's like, I got 2 really silly pieces of merch on the Fourth Wall website. I don't even... I think one of them is like... I think we had a joke about a flat earth, but it was like... like a BLT, but with avocado, you call it a BLAT. Flat earth. Chives is easy. Oh, wait. Chives is easy.
Chives.
We used to watch a lot of Kay's cooking, and she said chives funny once.
Chives.
So I made a chives shirt. Somehow, the 2 bird cages must have been switched. Everything points to that. Yet, according to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility. Gotta get the mileage out of it. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It would be nice to put some actual comfy merch up. But I haven't... I feel like I only have so much time to do endeavors, and right now I'm working on mostly... Oh, shoot. What am I doing? This. YouTube. My YouTube channel. The editing channel, specifically. And also, all the new stuff I'm offering on my card, like editing service-related things. I do a thing. I have a service now where it's like, hey... Are you making shorts? Do you feel like you could be making better shorts but don't know how? You can ask me, and I will help you. But that inconsistency itself is a clue.
Counsel,
And I do edit shorts myself, yeah. My lord?
you have received a Stark warning already if you are nevertheless determined. And I must ask now how you identify this alleged accomplice by name. So your answer, please.
I think it was Odie at 47. That guy doesn't look 47.
Take that!
Whoa! Wow! What the hell? An anonymous gifter. Oh, shoot. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, anonymous, a ghost. Is it a ghost? Hold on.
Who is this person?
Judge says, who is this person? Somebody intimately related to the crime, my lord, and someone you surely wouldn't say you don't know.
Yes, thank you. I'm aware of this person, obviously, but on what basis do you claim felonious involvement?
Oh, that wasn't right. No! Let's go. That's so cool. For art, though, you can just hire an artist. Yeah, I have a lot of art like that. Because I have sold shirts with, like, me on them in the past. So I have a lot of fun designs and things. I want to make like, embroidered hats. But it just requires me to sit down and, like, do it, you know? Like, have to sit down, make the time to, like, figure it out. Oh. I'm sure you simply slipped and pointed to the wrong person, didn't you? Sit down and do it. Burr, 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 burr. I will let you know. Are you in the Discord? Because I'll announce it in the if y'all want shirts, I can make shirts happen. Absolutely, I can. There's no other explanation.
No slip-ups this time, please, counsel. Who do you claim to have been Mr. Drebber's accomplice?
All right, so here's the deal. Oh, it's him. It's the balloon man. No, it's her. Are they? God, I love his art here. She's been sussy from the get-go. Oh, you know why? Oh, you know what? Because, she signed off on the autopsy report. And I mentioned at the very beginning that was gonna matter.
Take that!
Alright. You make a shirt of me? Maybe. Haha. Chives, my man. Chives.
Chives.
The name of the person in question is...
What's wrong, my Nepalese friend? Surely fear doesn't bind your tongue now. It's a little late for that.
Of course, I'm afraid. After all, naming her in this capacity is definitely going to make waves. A lot of waves. Could very well turn every person in this courtroom against me. I'm sure it will be alright, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, Miss Sasato. The enemy always appears larger than life, but you'll appear exactly the same to the enemy. Alright then, here goes.
You've kept us waiting long enough. Your answer, counsel, now.
The person who colluded with Mr. Drebber in order to carry out this wicked crime is Scotland Yard's coroner, Dr. Courtney Scythe.
What in the blazes are you talking about? Dr. Scythe?
the head of the forensic investigation team and the coroner who conducted the autopsy on the victim. Maybe he's not even dead, you know? We know there were 2 bird cages. So who could have carried out the switch to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of a huge crowd of spectators, and the area was immediately sealed off. Then everyone, police officers included, were banished to make way for the forensics investigation team. When else could the switch have occurred? It could only have been in that team's presence. Oh! It's essential that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. The defense demands that Dr. Scythe be summoned to the witness stand at once to testify. I love Corn Girl. She looks like a child. I don't know why she's a juror. You got nerve, lad. Standing up there, dragging the yard's name through the mud. I didn't mean to... I know the woman very well. There's no better dead room worker out there. Corn. How dare you call her a criminal? My learned friend's imagination appears to be wider than the East End at night. You just bought 2 cobs the other day. Hell yeah. 2 cobs. But the recklessness of your accusation aside, there's another grave problem with your argument. One which the prosecution demands you address at once. A grave problem? Oh my word. Who do you claim acted as the victim's doppelganger? What?
Certainly, if the birdcage containing the body of the victim was exchanged for another, that cage must have also contained a body.
And yet, no missing persons or accidental deaths of anyone, even remotely resembling the victim, have been reported. It was a wax man! Which means there was no one, dead or alive, who could have fulfilled the role of the body double for Mr. Asman. Oh, I can't even say it once. Court corn cobs. I did it though. Maybe. That's true. If my argument is that there were 2 bird cages, then there must have also been 1 person inside each. Cosmo would like to know your vacation. But I don't even know if I've got an answer to this yet, have I? What can I do to reveal how the body, what sort of evidence do I have about the wax work? Is it the head? I'm gonna save again. Wow, it's already getting so hot. I have my door wide open. I did turn my fan off, though. I'm no angel. I see, hello! Alright. This is gonna be tricksy, baby. Because I think I'll present the head. Very well. The defense will address my learned friend's concerns by presenting evidence that reveals the true nature of Mr. Asman's body double.
Gracious evidence! I do hope this isn't filibustering, counsel. The court is expecting a name.
If you think you have relevant evidence, present it now. The body double and the birdcage were hiding inside the balloon that was floating above the stage. That means that any witnesses would have only seen them from 60 feet away. So who was it that had appeared out of the explosion some 18 meters above the spectators? Aha!
One hell of an elf team.
I mean, I think it's like we used it. 'Cause we don't have any clue about the other thing. So I think it's the head.
Take that!
We know that the victim, yeah, that sounds right. Mr. Asman was in the birdcage that was situated inside the kinesis machine on the stage. And therefore, he couldn't have been inside the second birdcage. Instead, that contains something else. It's been described as a body double, which is what fell from the sky and crashed into the crystal tower.
Yes, counsel, according to your somewhat elaborate version of events.
And that body double inside the second birdcage was, in fact... It's alright, Mr. Naruhodo, you're ready for this. Steel yourself! Come on with it! Thank you, Mrs. Sato, I needed that. Whoa! A raid, Alistari! You are also playing this game. Hello, Raiders! My name is Comfy Catboy. I am happy that you are here. Listen, I am so happy that you raided. I love you all. It's very nice to see you all. I don't want to spoil you all depending on where you are in this game. I am on Game 2,
case 3 near the end. So if that's spoilers, I understand if you guys can't stick around. But thank you so much for the raid, and I hope you had a good time. This is my first time playing it, and I do all the voices. What are my pronouns? My pronouns are he, him. I did the bit before, but I'll do it again because I love you all. Ah! Those are my, I hope you like my pronouns. I hope you like them. As I was saying, the body double inside the second birdcage was, as unbelievable as it may seem, that thing there. Why is it in court? Wait. Well, who put it there? Wait a minute. What an Alpha Sigma Chad. It's me. I'm extremely masculine, you see.
Objection!
Well, we made graphics for it, so it has to be the truth. Suddenly, the whole thing's right there. That's a little silly. Open your eyes and look into mine, my Nipponi's friend. You didn't mean to scare me. There's Star Spice. We were just talking about you. That is Star Spice, everyone. We're gonna, yeah. Check out Star Spice. The emote artist. You did the wiggle. The wiggle. Now tell me, what are you playing at? Stand firm now, Rinosuke. This is the time to whatever. As the court will observe, this is a wax model, a waxwork model. A model, in fact, of an infamous London murderer from 10 years ago, the Professor.
Objection!
You started by indicating the leader of the forensic investigation team as an accomplice in this crime. And now you've moved on to indicating waxworks?
Yes, that's about the size of it.
Professor is me. But why? And why this waxwork? It is nothing. It looks like nothing like the victim. In fact, it could hardly resemble him less. What possible justification can you give?
You just got a job. Hell yeah. What is it? Congratulations. If you want to know why, ask Mr. Drebber. He looking nervous as hell.
What?
Just days before Professor Hairbrain performed his public demonstration, Mr. Drebber abducted this model from Madame Tussbell's.
Did you just say abducted?
And 2 days after the incident at the Great Exhibition, he returned it to the museum.
Then the timing. Is this true, Mr. Drebber?
At first I couldn't see why Mr. Drebber would have stolen the waxwork and then given it back again, but now the reason is clear. He took it so that he could put it inside the second birdcage as a body double for Mr. Asman.
Objection!
You work at Cricket. Oh, you gonna sell phone? Or bugs?
Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are you hearing the defense's astonishing proposal? That the witness fabricated this vast machine with the intention of deceiving some wretched scientist. So that he did so in collusion with the country's finest coroner on a public stage in front of a vast audience. And that, to effect the deception, he used a waxwork model that in no way resembles the victim. Are we really to believe this far-fetched tale? What do you decide?
I like corn.
Objection!
Think of the sport, Cricket. Oh, no. Wait. Yes, if you put it like that, of course it sounds implausible. My lord.
I need to speak, if you please. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Myself and the colleagues have reached an agreement. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Here we go.
Very good, in that case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leadings for the court to hear now.
Guilty!
Guilty!
Guilty! Guilty!
Guilty!
She raises her cord. Does she hit the cord on the table? She does. Oh.
Across the board.
Across the pond.
As indicated by the foreman, the jury has reached a consensus.
I knew this was gonna happen. We shall get through this, Mr. Naruto, as we always do. And uncover some new truths along the way, I'm sure. Yes, I agree. I'm going to have to appeal to the jurors as usual and see if I can persuade them to change their minds.
The defense will now embark on a summation examination.
Dude, we didn't even have to ask for it. He just knew. Usually we have to be like, we want to do this, and then Van Seeks is like, you're an idiot, and then we're like, no, we're not an idiot, and we're gonna win the case, and then we win the case. But now the judge is like, all right, bud, go for it.
Are you ready?
We are, my lord.
Very well. In that case, I will now ask you to state clearly for all present to hear the grounds on which each of you has decided that the defendant is guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
Well, we've been going. I've been tired all week. Sunday was not my favorite day, but and I've been sort of on sleep debt ever since. But that's okay. I'm having a great time today. I'm actually we're gonna once the music starts. Whoa, six at first. I'm gonna grab some tea. I'm gonna turn on the fan, and I'm going to get an ice pack because it is hot as hell. It's 10:16 in the morning, and the room is already heating up pretty considerably. So I will be right back. I haven't done this in a long time. But I want to ask you all a question of the day. Question of the day. What's your fave ice cream flavor? I love you all. I'll be right back. Boop, 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 boop. You guys, I got all the way back to my computer, and then I spilled tea on my chair. But it's okay. It was only. Lycanthropic, welcome. Mint chocolate chip. That's a good one. That's my dad's favorite flavor. What else do we got? Let me click on this. Mint chocolate chip or anything with chunks of cookie dough. Cookie dough is very good. Bubblegum, cookie dough, cookies and cream. Cookies and cream is up there for me. I think maybe. So there's a place near me that sometimes offers dark chocolate soft serve, and that's probably my like favorite. But if we're kind of going with like regular flavors, I like green tea. I like cookies and cream. I like peanut butter ice cream. Hell yeah! All right, let's get on with this case, baby. I got tea. We're gonna do it. It does. I am lactose intolerant though, so it has to be like vegetarian, I guess, or whatever. Not non-dairy. Icy, what is it? But you have ice in your name. Get it? Ha ha.
I've known that woman for years. She'd never be an accomplice to anything. It's utter nonsense.
Yes, the paper.
Utter nonsense to think that they
All right, let me start over.
It's utter nonsense to think these two would ever be conniving with one another.
Oh dear, this is most troubling. But surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, is it?
I've had my own problems with members of the police. I do not trust them much.
That's based.
I've seen no rigorous proof that this waxwork was ever inside the bird cage. It's conjecture.
Accusing someone without right evidence is not a proper job, is it? I won't have it. I'm a corn girl. Have my ice powers cooled you yet? I have an ice pack, so sort of. A little bit. Tomorrow, man, so this ice cream place near us, they changed the flavors on Thursdays. And today is Wednesday. And right now, I think that the flavor is something that I'm not, like, so hot on. But every Thursday, I'm like, what's the flavor? The website will tell you, and it's like, ooh, what's the flavor? And so maybe... But I kind of want ice cream now because it's so dang-a-lang hot, you know?
Somewhat unsurprisingly, it seems the introduction of this waxwork model to the proceedings has polarized opinion. Given that its face is obscured and its build is in no way resembles that of the victim. I can only applaud my learned friend's temerity in suggesting it as Mr. Asmund's body double.
The coffee shop does the same thing every Saturday. It's a gamble. Ooh, that's fun. I like that. I like, well, it's tough though, because like, there's not a lot of ice cream flavors I wouldn't like, but like, if somebody was like, hey, pay whatever money, you're gonna get a mystery flavor. Like, I probably would do that, you know? Yes, the applause is deafening, and yes, I know it seems extraordinary, but that's the point. That's why I have such a strong feeling it's actually a greater clue than anyone yet realizes. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? I can't explain why at the moment, but I feel as though there's a specific reason why it was used, why it had to be this model. Really? A reason why nothing else would do, you mean? Yes, and I'm convinced that something far more significant than whether or not the model looked like the victim. Well, if that's the case, we must prevent the trial from ending prematurely at all costs. You new to stream, tell me your favorite, you're not, but tell me your favorite Pokemon. Yes, agreed. I have to find a way out of this. Bonk.
If you are ready, Counsel, you may proceed with the summation examination.
Yes, my lord. I'll do it. Houndoom, that's a good one. He looks so much cooler when he's standing up here. I love that they just shove whoever's on the witness stand into this corner whenever we're doing this. Why would we start? Why would they do it? Like, that's crazy. Okay, well, let's just press them all. Parasect. Ooh. The order of things seem to change around here for some reason.
I'm a copper, lad. Well, this guy was more southern. It's a copper's discretion to bend the rules sometimes, when needs must. What's wrong with that?
Where do I start?
I've been working at the yard for 40-odd years.
That's even more than I thought.
We've only had a metropolitan police service in town for 70 years, you know. Of course, times have changed. The public didn't trust coppers back when it started. It was rough. We had to fight crime, and we had to fight to win the public's trust as well. And win we did.
Excuse me.
Well, forensic scientist was in its infancy, too, even more than it is now. She spearheaded the revolution.
Dr. Scythe, you mean?
That's right. About 10 years ago now it was, when I was still a youngish Bobby on the beat.
What?
Only 10 years ago? That's when she started making a name for herself as a top-class coroner. And now look at her, head of the forensic investigation team. And a woman, no less. Well, you won't hear me complain. That's what we all dreamt of back then, I'll tell you.
Did you tell me without holding that gun in the air?
We were all out to uphold justice, lad. Full of vim we were. Full of vim.
That's coming across loud and clear.
No nonsense to think those two would ever be conniving with one another.
Why? Bonk. But we're only just starting to understand this case. Reading the What are you reading there, sir?
The man behind those murders on Solar Pond Street was caught in 2 days flat. That's real policing for you.
That's really not relevant to this case, is it?
You're wrong there.
Ah!
Because it was Dr. Scythe in charge of examining the bodies. There was evidence arising from her work that led to the arrest of the scoundrel responsible.
Oh.
That's right, oh. The woman is at the forefront of this country's fight against crime. The idea that she's somehow involved in this murky business is a load of old tosh.
Alright, thank you, Icy. Thank you for the lurk. It's a lot of lurking. You can't, I think it's got a cooldown, so you can't spam it. I thought it was up to me to press the jurors, not the other way around. Oh dear, this is most troubling, but surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, is it?
Hold it!
You lurk in corners.
Why would you assume that? Well, quite simply because that unsettling swindler has no relationship with the woman, does she? True, as it stands, we don't know of any connection. Oh gosh, but it would be delightfully romantic if they were somehow to have a mutual interest in the waxwork. Romantic? A woman of society, such as myself, views everything in terms of relationships, you know. Well, you learn something new every day, even if you don't want to. One might wonder about a possible relationship between the defendant and this coroner woman. Or perhaps between the defendant and the handsome prosecutor just there. This woman may be more astute than I've been giving her credit for. If that's a woman's stance, then perhaps demonstrating some connection between the waxwork and Dr. Scythe would be enough. Yes, I agree. As soon as we have even a whiff of a connection, she'll be the first to know. Bum 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 bum.
I have my own problems to deal with, the members of the police.
Hold it!
I'm a magician. Look at me go, wow, wow, wow.
What sort of problems?
Let's just say we have run into each other on numerous occasions while I've been performing on the street.
Right, I see.
Obviously,
I forget, he's like a little more.
obviously, artists as myself cannot appear on stage, as we work in close proximity to our audiences. So we perform at great magic in parks, on street corners, and the like. But the police use any excuse to make our lives difficult.
Oh! Oh, hello!
Excuse me!
Excuse me! Hello, excuse me. You have something to say in response to that, Mr. Ottermole.
Who are you calling a mass murder?
What is this guy's name? Ah, sorry, my mistake. I got confused because I heard you look like him.
I don't look anything like the man. You want to be locked up, sonny?
Thanks, Mr. Sholmes. The Canadian, Crimson, I love French fries with cheese curds and gravy. I do love that food. I love putting it in my mouth. Crimson's always trying to get me with a D's nuts joke or a putting D's nuts in your mouth or whatever. And I gotta be on my guard. Perhaps we can move on. I was really wondering if you had something you wanted to add in response to what Juror 3 just said. Great, so Crimson is known for this. Crimson is well known. I want Canadian poutine. I've only had American poutine.
Clearly you do.
Oh, that was me. Clearly you do.
Back in my day, back in the good old days, it wasn't like this.
What was it like, sir?
We worked our fingers to the bone there in the public's trust, we did. And by Jove, we earned it. People respected us back then.
Respected you?
The internet is never safe.
Stay on your guard.
No one would have called a coroner into question in them days. Coroner's report was the hallmark of an investigation done right. Especially when Dr. Courtney Stevens put her name.
Who is that? Wait. I know that name. Dr. Courtney Stevens.
She was the best of the best in the apple of the
Force's eye. Who is that? Hold on a minute. What are you talking about? Who's Courtney Stevens?
Ah, sorry. Got a bit carried away there. Stevens is Dr. Scythe's maiden name.
Her maiden name? Oh, I knew it. I had a feeling.
She got married. Nobody's safe while I'm here in jail. Oh, of course, silly means Scythe now, isn't it?
Stevens? Sure, I've seen that name, yes, but it was the thing that we got.
Point of those great days of policing.
Okay, so hold on. What is the thing that I have? It's the autopsy report of the mass murder from 10 years ago. Yeah. Death by hanging. Man, I bet you anything that this guy is the professor. I'm telling you. I think it's him.
Think the shower is funny till you get soap in your mouth, then it's a soap opera.
Anyway, the point is, those were the great days of policing, not like now. Sorry to interrupt, sir. But do you think you could change your statement to include that name?
Well, yes, I don't see why not. It's Courtney Stevens back when I knew her, of course, a legendary coroner, even then.
Okay. So I think we need to pit the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do. So I'm pretty sure this is enough. This will be enough to...
Objection.
Yeah, okay, dope. Dope. Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Gracious! To whose statements do you refer, counsel?
So, juror number 2. Oh gosh, me? Well, what can I do for you? I presume that you heard what juror number 6 said in his statement. It's brought to light the maiden name of the coroner, Dr. Scythe, which in turn has revealed a connection that wasn't apparent before. Well, naturally, as a woman of society, I find such connections and relationships irresistible. But oh golly, I'm afraid I fail to see what you mean. Dr. Scythe's maiden name is Stevens. And through that name, the coroner is very definitely linked to the waxwork of the killer. The defense has evidence to prove it.
Yeah, juror number 3 is based.
I love him. My goodness, evidence, you say? How utterly enthralling.
Ow! Counsel, the court cannot overlook that last remark. I very much hope that there is substance to your claim.
Of course, my lord. I would ask the court to look at this. The evidence that clearly links Dr. Scythe to the mass murderer known as the Professor. The autopsy report. Oh. Ba, 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 ba. I've heard a certain autopsy report from 10 years ago.
A 10-year-old autopsy report? What relevance does that have?
It is, of course, from the autopsy of the person portrayed in the waxwork, the killer known as the Professor.
Professors, but the man is a capital offender, so...
That's right. This is the certification of death that was drawn up after the convict's execution. You sneeze and bit your tongue. No! That's the worst. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives few details. But what's important is the name of the coroner who wrote it. Courtney Stevens. Oh my, Courtney Stevens.
Strike a light!
It appears that the professor's autopsy was conducted by Dr. Scythe 10 years ago. And a few days ago, Mr. Drebber very deliberately stole the waxwork of the professor from Madame Tusfel's. A waxwork that doesn't, in fact, resemble the victim, Mr. Asman, at all. And do you suppose there's some unsavory relationship between those events? Absolutely, I'm sure of it! There's no doubt in my mind that the professor case is at the heart of a link that we have yet to uncover between Dr. Courtney Scythe and Mr. Enoch Drebber. Hidden links, mysterious connections, secret relationships, that is all most extraordinary. You got a headache? No! We're surely obliged now to explore this further. Bonk. Yay.
Quite right, we can't let this trial come to an end now. Not while there's this cloud of suspicion hanging over the yard's best coroner.
Whoa!
Wasn't like this in my day, but we're still here to uphold justice in the end.
Bonk. Yay! Alright, now what, though? We gotta keep going. We gotta help other people say. Juror 2 said, okay, I want more goss. Hot goss, please. Alright. No rigorous proof this waxwork was ever inside the birdcage.
Hold it!
Okay. But you claim the whole instantaneous kinesis demonstration was a trick.
That I did, but there's more than one way to pull a rabbit out of a hat, isn't there?
Sorry?
I grant you, given that this cage appeared from amidst an explosion, there'd have been no need to use a real person. But if a waxwork had been used, the culprit could at least have had the decency to make it look like the victim.
Excuse me, I'm not sure exactly how much criminals are governed by decency.
The point is, if you're going to make a claim about that waxwork being inside the birdcage, you need to give us some evidence. Without that, it's just not science.
I suppose we should expect nothing less than a logical argument from a fellow of the Royal Society. And that perhaps means his mind can be changed if we manage to present suitable evidence. Evidence of the Professor Waxwork. I don't think I have evidence like that. I feel like that would be pretty dope if I did. But I don't think that I do. Man, I'm taking a whole lean back. We're gonna just chill out a little bit. Oh, I usually sit up straight, but I'm tired. I don't think that I have any evidence that supports that claim, huh? Let me just double, triple, quadruple check. No, like, wax left over in here, huh? Posture check. Now, wait a minute. But I just started slouching. All right, thank you. Yeah, I think the only thing here was said it fell. Photograph of Drebber with a hat on. Can't see anything inside the balloon there. I think I need to keep going. I have nothing. We'll talk to Corn Girl and see what happens. Well, I can state quite categorically, sir, that we have no such evidence at the present time.
That much was abundantly clear before the brassy proclamation, I assure you. Why, you can count on the fact that I shan't be changing my leaning.
Oh dear, the proclamation was even brassier than yours, Mr. Naruto. We had some evidence. Maybe Corn Girl will help. It's always who you least expect. Accusing someone without raw evidence is not a proper job, is it?
Hold it!
Gotta ask, why have you brought that corn into court with you? Stop! Colonel Cobb, he's been growing back on the farm. Picked him on my way into town. He's a proper nibbler, he is. Yes, that nibbling seems to be taking quite a while. Maybe we could wait till after the trial? That rhymed. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. You need colonels at times like these. Whenever I have some big day, the colonels always point me in the right direction, saying, You're talking about your corn cob? Nibble double guilty bubble. Nibble not guilty out. Nibble double guilty bubble. Nibble not guilty out. What? Oh. Okay. Okay. Alright. Perhaps it's akin to fortune telling with flower petals like people do back home. A fun fact? I do want to hear a fun fact. Kids, I don't know why. Yeah, it's weird. There's a hairbrain's fate is to be decided by a cob of corn. You know, if you watch the Barbie movie in reverse, you lose your job at the movie theater. No! Could you at least wait until we've had more time to find the truth before deciding on the defendant's guilt? Oh, I don't know about that. My tum's awfully full already. Amazing. Well, heck. I know it seems a little far-fetched to think that the waxwork model of the professor was in that birdcage. But on the other hand, it explains a lot. There really is a reason that that particular waxwork had to be used by Mr. Aspen's double. We must do everything we can to make the jurors understand it. Truth is, I'm sure that's the key to this, but it's the most puzzling part of it, too. In that case, you should see what additional information you can glean. Yeah, I know. What's a Catboy to do here? What is a boy to do? Huh. Well, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot that we found this. Okay. Small fragment of the very unusual and thick glass that was found in the folds of the clothing of the Professor Waxwork. It would appear to be from the Crystal Tower. Okay. I forgot where we got that. Okay, alright. So we do have proof.
Hold it!
Oh yeah, I can hold down the mouse button to skip through everything. That's so, You can't hold down spacebar, but the mouse button does the job. I do have evidence. Actually, I have something I'd like you to see, sir.
Oh, I must warn you that I firmly believe it's only wise to trust men in white coats.
You've got a black jacket on.
So given your jet black outfit, I don't mind admitting to a sense of trepidation here.
You don't trust anyone in black. Looking in the mirror must be very tiring. That's what I'm saying. All right. Present.
Take that!
Take it.
What's that? A piece of glass, though it's unusually thick for glass.
Yes, it's a piece of broken glass that we found inside the jacket on the waxwork. As you say, it's not ordinary glass, though. It's very thick and clearly made for extra strength, much like the special glass that was developed for the construction of the Crystal Tower.
Crystal Tap.
Holy smoke. He smoked when he said holy smoke, get it? Exactly, the centerpiece of the Great Exhibition, where the very incident we're talking about took place. On the day in question, the birdcage fell from above and smashed through a window of that special glass.
From whence a small piece originated, is that it?
Precisely. So, what do you say? Now that clear evidence in support of the assertion has been placed before you.
Well, as I said, I only trust men in white coats as a rule. However, when the reasoning is sound, it's fair to say color shouldn't come into it.
That's just in general good advice.
In light of what you've shown me here, yes, I feel obliged to change my position on the matter. In that case, juror number 4, you will amend your statement now, please.
The presence of that piece of glass leaves me in little doubt that the waxwork was indeed inside the birdcage. Do I pit them? Well, I'll press it now, I guess. It's a new statement.
Hold it!
Thank you for reconsidering your position, sir.
Your words are misplaced, boy. My opinion is governed by logic and science and nothing else. Yes, science is where you should direct your words of gratitude.
Ah.
What's the matter with you? Too good to say some words of thanks for the mother of all academic subjects?
What is it about scientists, honestly? I want not to clown, though. I want to entire circuits. Epic Sax Guy with an epic Phoenix Wright quote. Hello, welcome. How are you? Oh, maybe I need to pit these two together.
Objection!
Yeah! Hell yeah. Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious! Whose statements?
You can put down your corn for a moment. Juror number 5. How much corn did she bring? Oh, you mean me? I love corn. I'm the corn gobbler. You pointed out that it's wrong to make an accusation without evidence. But the accusation that the waxwork model was inside the second birdcage on the day in question is not without supporting evidence, as the defense, as we said that. Oh, is that right? I love corn. I love corn so much. Would it be fair to say you didn't follow the argument? I don't understand much besides Colonel Cobb, to be honest. I love corn, of course you don't.
If I could interject here.
Please do, sir.
Now that this assertion of yours about the waxwork has been backed up by some solid evidence, it'd be wrong of me as a man of science not to pursue the matter further.
Bonk. Remember revised corn biting sounds like typewriter? Yeah, I think that's like the bit. Oh, well, me too then. I love corn, and I love being a juror. This Brady gentleman says he's right, then he must be. See, I wouldn't dream of going against Colonel Cobb or anyone else stuffing between the ears. Bonk. Bum, bum, bum. We did it. We did it. Success! If you can call it that. I can call it that. I will call it that.
Thank you, counsel, that will do. As a result of this summation examination, the jury's overall leaning has changed. 2 jurors now called guilty against 4 who called not guilty. Accordingly, the court has failed to reach a consensus at this time, and the trial must continue.
We did it! Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Another wonderful victory! Yay. We did it, y'all. It was a group effort.
The waxwork of the despicable professor, used as a body double for the victim in this quite extraordinary case. I must say, it's extremely hard to believe the assertion could possibly be true. However, it would appear that it does at least warrant further investigation.
It's a waxwork of the professor that links Mr. Drebber and Dr. Seif. And I'm convinced that there's a special significance to that link.
I don't know what you're hoping to prove, lad. I really don't.
The truth, sir, by using evidence and testimony.
Huh. If the court is to delve deeper into the alleged involvement of the waxwork in this case, then the prosecution calls for the owner of the model to be summoned as a witness.
I'm so happy. I love her.
The owner? Madame Tuspels.
Ah, I really thought that Lord Van Zeeks would object to this whole line of inquiry.
Very well, I concur. Make arrangements for Madame Tuspels to appear as a witness with immediate effect. Listen carefully, my learned friend.
Oh, yes.
You should know that you're on the brink of opening Pandora's box.
Why do you know? It feels like Evanzeeks always knows everything all the time. Oh, her testimony is something. Ooh, baby. It looks like it's unfortunate because I think this is the end of this section, and that means that the stream is going to end. I have a lot of stuff to do, and my nose is actually kind of bothering me more than I thought. Additionally, we won't be able to finish the next part of the trial in the next hour, so we're just going to wait until tomorrow. But maybe we can hang out a little longer. It's like a little too early for me to end stream. Madam Tuspels, yes, I shall see to it at once, my lord. Bump. Bop, 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 bop.
To be continued.
Oh my god! So we'll pick up this case tomorrow, but let's hang out a little bit. It is too early to end stream. I would say I would love to save my current progress. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Quick stream. Yeah, I don't usually go too long. I like to end the streams these days on the chapter breaks if possible, and that's part of the reason why I have the spoiler-free guides up. But that was a particularly short little case. Marbles, but I don't have that. I'd have to like download it and stuff. Ah, shoot. All right, we're gonna exit. We're gonna go back over here. We're gonna exit the game. We're not gonna save. It's gonna be like, are you sure, you idiot? And I'm like, yeah, I just saved. Wait, I would like to not save. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, game. All right, we'll play the music. We'll make it live. Yeah. And we'll just vibe for a little bit. I like... guess we're checking out when you have time. Free and good. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people do it, for sure. It looks fun. I do like the idea of it. You know what I've been playing a little bit? I started playing that Palia game. Y'all know about that? That game is fun. I'm really just at the beginning still, but it's kind of like... It's not really an MMO, but it's like kind of an MMO. Open the window. I'm outside the space. I'll depressurize the whole station. Coming through the airlock like a normal Icy Soul. Yeah, Palia is kind of cool. I don't know. It kind of graphically looks like Fortnite, but like in practice, it kind of feels like. So here's my thing. Anytime I play an MMO, I get sort of bored because I don't really like the almost all MMOs have the same like kind of fighting where it's like kind of RPG stuff. The window's broken. No! Oh, I bought another window. I'll just oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I fixed it. MMOs are time sinks. I have to stay away from those. So this one isn't really an MMO like in the traditional sense. It is a time sink, however. It's kind of like if you mix Stardew with like Animal Crossing is kind of how I feel about it, because Animal Crossing cares about a lot of like real-time day-to-day stuff. And in Palia, it's like, hey, I don't have any sort of energy like in Stardew, right? That's how they kind of, you know, make you not just do everything in a day. But, so there's no energy consumption to speak of, but, like, I can chop down trees all day, every day, but if I want to turn them into, like, 2x4s, I have to put them in a machine, and then that machine takes, like, 1 real minute per log. The classic Harvest Moon. I love Harvest Moon. I don't love Story of Seasons. I love Harvest Moon, however. They renamed it, but it's basically a whole different thing. But I've been having fun with it, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's like sort of worth my like if I'm going to continue playing it. I'm not sure. Like Cozy's gonna download it, it sounds like, and we'll try playing a little bit of it together. But it's cool because like I played Guild Wars 2 for a while, way back when. And all I wanted to do in that game was do all the different crafting things. Like, I wanted to level up all my crafting. And I played Final Fantasy XIV, and all I wanted to do was level up my rank in all of the different job systems, and not do fighting, and not do raids, and all the dungeons, and all I don't care about any of that. And this game, it's like just all the parts that I like. I just sort of like grinding and crafting things. And it doesn't, I don't think Palia has any combat. Like, you do hunting for, like, animals, but there's no, I don't think there are any monsters in this game, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. I'm not that far into it, but they revamped A Wonderful Life for the Switch. What is that one? I haven't heard of that. Harvest Moon now is owned by another company. Those games are bad. The original company lost the rights. No! Oh. Oh, I understand. Oh, okay. I don't really like, so... They look, the new games look, I haven't played a Story of Seasons game, I don't think. Even though I know that they're, like, the same, like, company. The aesthetic has sort of turned into, like, everybody sort of looks like America Girl dolls, you know what I mean? And that's not really, like, an aesthetic that I grok with so much. So I'm sort of, like, not, the style in a game like that really matters quite a bit. And that style is hard for me to kind of get behind. Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life is called Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life for Switch. Oh. Well, because, like, maybe hold on. What's the new, Story of Seasons? Let me pull up. Let me go back over here. And we will see. Because if I, yeah. So if I, like, I don't know, like, so this just sort of looks really boring and generic to me. Versus, like, this is, like, I can get behind. This is, like, stylized. You know what I mean? Like, this is, like, cool. And this is kind of what the games used to look like. But then this just looks so boring. And this isn't, like, as bad. But, well, that might be fan art. I don't know. But this just looks so boring. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm just sort of like, I'm letting my visual graphical biases sort of like inform my decisions a little bit. But like, I don't know. I'm just sort of like, dang. Also, this sort of, I don't know. This looks sort of like, I guess if this was a handheld game, like originally, I don't know. But like, look at the original Harvest Moon. The original? Let me see. Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life original. Oh, yeah, for the GameCube. Yeah. Oh, so they're remaking that game? Is that what it is? I never played the... I played the original for Super Nintendo. The very, very, very original. But even this, like... I like this a lot more. Like, this has that stylized. They're, like, little chibi guys. Like, I can grok with this. You know what I mean? And maybe in-game it doesn't look as bad, but I don't know. This, where'd it go? It was here a second ago. The art for the other one kind of, like, making me go crazy. The in-game looks the same. Okay, is that coming out now, or is it about to? Because I'll check that out. I never played this one, but I think this is the one that a lot of people played. It's out? Hell yeah. I'll look into it. How much is it? Like 50? How much is it? How much is it? Story of wait, let me go back. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life Switch. What do we got, baby? It's like 40 bucks. It was 50, but I guess it didn't. Maybe it didn't do very well. It's already on sale. Interesting. Yeah, I'm into that. Because this looks like the same graphics, is like sharper. That's a lot of soup. That's a big old pot of soup. That's a big old whatever this is. Yeah, this seems cool. I could get behind this. But that see the box art though, it's just like they say don't judge a book by its cover, but like I don't know, you have to. A person has to do that. Wanted to get it. Get it. It's on sale. If it didn't sell, it's $39 on Amazon. You can get free shipping. Well, that's cool. I love games like this. But I'm liking Palia. I think Palia is kind of cool. Go back over here. But it's one of these things where I'm just sort of like, I don't really know if it's gonna like it's hard to describe where I run into trouble, because I don't have like, I know I'm like a VTuber and a streamer and a content creator and stuff. I don't have like a ton of time typically to play a lot of games like on my own, right? And so to that end, I'm kind of just like, dang, I don't want to like spend a ton. I don't want to like get invested in this thing if it's gonna kind of be like not that good. It's expensive. What do you mean it's expensive? So I'm kind of playing it for now, and we're gonna see. I'm enjoying it enough, but I don't know if it's just gonna sort of become a grind fest or what. It doesn't have dailies, which I appreciate, and it is cool because it's a game that works on a server and not just on my own computer. I can set, you know, 100 pieces of stone, each piece of which is gonna take 2 real minutes to turn into a stone block or whatever. I can set that process up and then quit the game. And then when I come back later, it'll be done, right? So that part of it I like a lot. It's kind of like an idle. It's got sort of idle aspects, which I don't really like idle games so much, but I don't hate them in something like this. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. I like the characters. I like the art style. Everybody's like, not human. It was $80. Yeah, it's free. It's free. Well, it's free now. I don't know. It's technically in open beta. And I think it would be foolish of them to then charge money. I think they're doing like, you know, they want to make their money on microtransactions, which I also don't hate, because it doesn't feel, it's just clothes. I don't see anything in the store at this point that is like helps you advance any faster in the game, because that's sort of like the whole point of the game. Is just like, it's not like, oh, I gotta grind out the stuff to do the fun stuff. It's like the grinding just is the game. So but it's like enjoyable. So I don't know, you know, those are my thoughts on Palia. I like it, but I haven't played too much of it. I hope that it doesn't... I like that I can play it for like 20 minutes and then kind of put it away. That is very nice to me. If you're interested, you can try it out. The grinding sounds like work. Yeah. I've played it. I've been playing it. I downloaded it Saturday? And I haven't played it for more than an hour at a time. But mostly I've kind of just been popping in, grinding, you know, doing a thing or two and then like turning it off. And it's been a fun time. I've liked it. I like games like that. We're also nearing, I want to ask you all, some of you are regulars that have been like here for most of the Ace Attorney. I am not 100% sure what I want to play when Ace Attorney's over. We still got some time, certainly, but I imagine another month or a month, maybe 6 weeks of playing it. But after that, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. I love smaller indie games personally. If I can wrap up a couple hours to a couple days. I love indie games too. The most. There is a game, I don't know if you'd call this an indie game. There was something I was thinking of playing. It's like Bug. It's like a spiritual successor to Thousand Year Door. What's it called? The Bug Fables, the Everlasting Sapling. I just played Ghost Trick. So Ghost Trick is one of my all-time favorite games, and I took a break in between Great Ace Attorney Chronicle games. Once I beat the first game, I took a break to show everybody how amazing Ghost Trick is. I have the VOD of that up on my VOD channel, across 4 different streams, because that game's not too long. One of the best games ever. But Bug Fables is like, it's a JRPG style of game, but it's got Paper Mario Thousand Year Door style gameplay, because Nintendo doesn't want to make Thousand Year Door style Paper Mario games anymore, which I am upset about. The new Paper Mario, they keep making Paper Marios, and they're just all like kind of lame and kind of bad, because they have this philosophy of how they need to make their Paper Mario games now, which sucks, and I don't like it. For example, let me show you some stuff. So we'll go back over here. So, let me see. 1,000-Year Door. Paper Mario. So, like, I'm gonna type toads. So, here's a toad from Paper Mario. Like a girl toad, I guess. Here's a toad that's green. It has some overalls. Here's a toad that kind of looks like a traditional toad. Here's that's Toadette. That's just Toadette. Here's like a big boy. I don't remember this guy. And there's like all these different toads, and they have all these different designs, and it's all very fun and cool and good. However, oh, is this it? What's this? Yeah, so in original, here we go. So original Paper Mario, they all these different toads, and they have all these different things going on. However, their game philosophy, what was the new one called? Like color sticker, what is it? What's the new one? Newest Paper Mario. Oh, it was like Origami King. Paper Mario Origami King. So now if I type in toads, it's like they're all just Toad. And this one has a hat because it's Professor Toad, but they're only differentiated by, well, that one has a little thing on. But like they have this philosophy now that all the toads basically have to look the same. Which sucks. That's so annoying. I could do community game nights. I usually just stream in the mornings now. I used to stream 4 days a week. I used to stream a lot, and now I only stream a couple days a week. I usually just stream Wednesday, Thursday, kind of stuff that like I don't have to think about too much. Because I'm kind of now parsing my time. In the before four, I was focusing on streaming the most, and now I'm just focusing on content creation, which means that I'm splitting up a lot of my time between my freelance work and making YouTube content. And that's been working pretty well, but I don't want to stop streaming, right? So, because I like streaming. So I have these 2 days that I usually stream, and then sometimes I do extra streams on the weekend. Gotcha. Yeah, I could see doing that. Look at this sassy. Look at this little guy. Look at him. He's sassy. He's a sassy molassy. So I don't know, but anyways, the homogenization of the toads. It's really the worst, and I don't care for it. And so I haven't played any new Paper Mario games. Golfer's Pen is fun. I do have that. I do have golf. Marbles. I do. You know, it's interesting because it's like, it's one of these things where it's like, how to say, Gartic Phone's tough because if I'm streaming that, I need everybody to be vetted, and I can't sort of trust that. A single bad actor could write down, you know, a slur, and then it's my fault, you know what I mean? So I don't, stuff like that is, tricky. So, I shy away from stuff like that gives people too much sort of creative control. Just for my own sort of safety, peace of mind. It could be the kind of thing where it's like subs only, but like, you know, I don't know. That's a lot to think about. I like doing those things for like special streams. Like occasionally I stream in the mornings on the weekends. I do have on my YouTube channel that I just linked a second ago. I try to do one about every month. I do shorts editing workshops. Because if you don't know, I do video editing for a lot of VTubers that you probably have heard of. So I have people send in shorts on Twitter every time I ask for them, and then I just workshop them live. Well, being stuff you could ban them. I mean, I could, but like then the damage is done, right? And then like, you know, somebody has said a slur or something on my stream, and then I'm just, especially with Gartic Phone, where I won't know ahead of time, right? Not that I'm like super worried, but it's just something, it's a sort of a line I don't want to cross. And yada yada yada. But that's kind of like where my head's at, where I'm still over here. Let's go back to this. But in any case, yeah, I think I'm gonna head off. We got a little chat afterwards. That was so nice. I feel like I've been having such a good time with all these visual novels, but it does sort of limit my ability to kind of chat with chat as much. So if there's just another, if like an RPG would be kind of a good difference. And I don't think that game is too long. Let me actually look it up. How long is Bug Fables? It's about 25 hours. That's like a good RPG length. Everlasting sapling. It looks cute. Let me, hold on. We'll go back over here. Bug Fables. Bug Fables kind of looks like this. You're just playing these three happy little guys. And the battling is like, you know, it's like Thousand Year Door had a really dope, battle system where like a lot of RPGs are like, yeah, you just like go hog wild and we're gonna give you, when you level up, like 100 hit points. This game is like, well, you have 7 and then the monsters deal like 1 or 2 or 3 damage, you know what I mean? So it's like everything's like real super simplified, and I like that. But in any case, yeah. So, hey, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. We're gonna find somebody to raid. But in the meantime, you never finished it? I'm gonna finish it. If I start it. Oh, Clara's going. Oh, excellent. I love it when I can raid Clara. I don't even have to look. So, if you had a good time here, I posted some of these already, but... Clara's got her new model, so we're gonna be real excited about that. That is a link to my card. That's the one-stop shop to all things Comfy Catboy. If you want to find me on social media or commission me for any of the things I offer. I also have a shop on Ko-fi now, so I'm selling long-form videos. So if you are a content creator and you want to learn Premiere and you don't know Premiere right now, it's an hour-and-a-half video where I kind of go from start to finish everything I think you need to know to do that. I do have a raid message, and I'll post that in a sec. But if you're not a subscriber, that's a good one. There's a link to the Discord. It's a beautiful place full of lovely people. I'd love to see you there. There's a link to all my YouTube channels, and if you're a subscriber, you can copy and paste this raid message. We are raiding Clara. Clara is wonderful, excellent. I love her a lot. She just got a new model. The glasses on this model are, like, amazing. I love them to bits. And then, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We will finish this trial no matter what tomorrow, unless I'm, like, actually sick. I'm probably fine, but, like, I'll keep you guys updated. But tomorrow, 9 a.m. West Coast American time. That is in 22 hours from now. I love you all to pieces. Have a lovely Wednesday, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Boo, 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 boo.